Hey y'all, welcome back to our very bookish channel. My name's Amanda, and my friend Jen and I create these videos together, and we love being on YouTube. We have been on YouTube for 3 years, putting out all kinds of bookish content. So if that's something you're interested in, don't forget to like and subscribe, help support our channel. In today's video, we're going to be reading Freida McFadden, and I am starting right now because I just got this and I cannot wait. We do have an arc of the divorce, so we are going to be reading The Dinner Party and The Divorce. So really excited. This book, ever since I saw it, I've been dying because this is like a you choose your own adventure type book that Freida put out, and I remember reading those as kids. They had goosebump ones that I would read all the time, and I really enjoyed those. So I'm excited kind of as an adult to read an adult pick your own adventure type book. So I have about 30 minutes before my Pilates class starts, so I'll probably sit here for about the next 20 minutes and get into this book. And I just thought I would film it with you all. I'm thinking about, like, when I get to a fork in the road where you have to pick which page you go to, letting you know which direction I took, but not giving you the details of what's going on in the story, because I think it would be fun if you wanted to also read this book to kind of like pick your own adventure and then see like where I went versus like where you would want to go. I don't know. I just thought that might be cool. So I am, when I get to the part where you pick what chapter or which page you jump to, I'm going to let you know which path I choose, and you can let me know which path you choose, because I think that would be super fun. I'm also curious to see, I don't know if Jen's going to do it this way or not, but I am curious to see like what path Jen chooses too. So it'd be, this is really fun. I'm really excited. Let's just start reading this. Very first sentence, you are broke. I feel like a lot of Freida books, the characters are struggling in the beginning, like financially. It just seems like in a lot of her books, especially like, remember in The Housemaid, the person's looking for a job because she doesn't have any money and she takes this housemaid position. But anyways, I digress. Let's keep going. All right, so just got to the end of the first chapter, so I can either go to chapter 2 or chapter 4. I'm going to chapter 2 because that's what I was thinking should happen anyways when I was reading through the story. So I'm going to chapter 2. Oh gosh, okay. Oh, I don't even know what to say. Okay, so going back. I didn't see that coming. Okay, so I'm going back, and now I'm moving on to chapter 4. All right, next fork in the road. So I went to chapter 4, and now I'm going to chapter 7. Y'all, I have to go to chapter 8. I have to go to chapter 8 on this one because I'm an animal lover. I can't say no to an animal. I hope this isn't a mistake, but I'm jumping to chapter 14 because that's probably what I would do in real life. Like, sorry, but moving to chapter 14. Then after chapter 14, I'm going to pick this up at home because I am going to be starting my Pilates class soon.
Hey guys, it's Jen, and I, of course, am very excited because it's another start to another Freida McFadden vlog. And at first I thought we were just going to be doing The Divorce, which is her new one. It's not out till May. We do have electronic ARCs, which is advanced reading copies, and I am obviously over the moon that I have access to that. But as per the usual with Freida, who loves to surprise her fans with extras at all times, I noticed on the Freida McFadden, which is a Facebook group for all the fans out there, and she interacts a lot with us on there. She didn't announce it yet, and it just happened to be on April 1st, which was yesterday of all days, that someone had found that there was a new book, and it's like a choose your own adventure book. And it's called The Dinner Party, and it ends up being real because at first I thought, okay, is this an April Fool's joke? But you were able to order it on Amazon, which I don't think any elaborate prank can be done where people are taking money for it. It is real. And I ordered a physical copy. It comes on Saturday, so I will show you guys once I get it. I am going to start with that one first and then read The Divorce, because I think this new one looks really cool, and I don't know how I've been waiting to read The Divorce. Obviously, I just want to jump into it, but I've been reading a lot of electronic arcs, and I just have been taking breaks, not wanting to stare at a screen. I wish I had a physical arc, but I'm not going to complain because I am lucky enough to get an electronic arc. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would happily take an electronic arc, so I'm not going to complain, but I will come back once I get that package and show you guys the new book. That I think it's really short. I don't think it's a large book, and you get to choose which ending, and you probably can read it a couple different times and get different endings, which is going to be very different and very interesting. So I will see you guys when that comes in. Look what just arrived. All right, I'm going to open it and show you guys. All right, it's the easiest way for me to do it is just to oh, that's so cool. Oh, I'm so excited to read this. I love that it's called Pick Your Poison. Choose from over 20 possible endings in this Pick Your Poison adventure story. You're broke, you have no way to pay your rent, and you're about to be evicted. Fortunately, your friend has offered you a job working as a waitress at a dinner party. An isolated mansion way out on Peyton's Peak. The money will be enough to cover 2 months' rent and get you back on your feet. It's a golden opportunity. All right, diving into this. Okay, I have read a few different versions of The Dinner Party. The very first one that I tried, I died like within a page. That has to be a record for whoever's reading this, that I was able to find the quickest way to die. And I saw in the Freida group that they're actually talking about who can live the longest, like who has lived the longest, and someone felt like they got to the end, like the longest way that you can live in this book. I did try a couple more scenarios and lived longer, of course. I think she said there's around 20 different endings, so I'm gonna read some more. Just so you know some of the scenarios that come up. This girl is asked, she's really broke. She's asked to go waitress at this like rich mansion, and it's really bad weather. She already has things that you can decide for her to do before she even leaves her apartment. That's how I died. And she runs into, it's just kind of silly because the things she runs into are just, they feel kind of silly. I feel like Freida's really using her sense of humor for this. She just wants people to have fun. It's definitely not in the vein of you're horrified or you're scared to find out what happened. It's very much feels tongue-in-cheek as to the scenarios and what's going on. It's infused with a lot of humor, just so you know. I love the sense of fun. I read Choose Your Own Adventure when I was younger. I am enjoying this. I think it's very fun. I am going to read some more, and then I'm going to start The Divorce. So I will see you after I start The Divorce and let you guys know some thoughts. See you soon.
It's been a couple of days, okay? It's been a couple of days since I started reading this. I did finish on chapter 14 and did have a little bit of an adventure where I had to start back over. I haven't picked this up in the last couple of days because I've been very busy. I haven't really had a good block of time to film me reading this, so I haven't wanted to pick it up because I couldn't film. But also, I don't know, I haven't felt an urge to pick this book up. I have been reading other books that I've been enjoying, but I'm not vlogging, so I don't have to film for them. I am reading Rights of the Starling right now too, and that is going to be part of a viral book series that we're doing where Jen and I will both talk about the book for 5 minutes or less, so you get 2 opinions on a viral book in under 10 minutes. So if you guys want to check that out, we did do Shield of Sparrows in that series, so you can check that out if you're interested in that book. But anyways, it is about 8:35 right now, and I have to do Pilates and go to Costco. I have been keeping up with Pilates. I've been doing Pilates 4 or 5 times a week, and I'm really enjoying it. I am feeling a lot stronger. I'm feeling like my posture is better. The way I carry myself is better. I'm more aware of muscles and how I use them. So physically, I feel like it is beneficial, and also mentally, it is nice because I literally have so much to think about when I do Pilates as far as your form. I mean, you're literally engaging like almost every part of your body in these moves, and your form has to be really good, or else you could have back trouble or sprain something or pull something. So I'm thinking so hard about keeping my form in all of these Pilates poses that I don't think about anything else. So it is like a nice mental break as well throughout the day. But anyways, I have about an hour before I have to leave to go to Pilates and Costco, and I'm dreading Costco, you guys. I love the products at Costco, but I just really hate the shopping experience at Costco. It just seems like so unnecessarily difficult. Like, why can't they have scan and go like Sam's Club does? I don't know. I don't know why you have to wait in lines, and the lines back up all the way into the shopping area, so then that gets all backed up, and then everyone's bumping into each other. It's just way too crowded. The flow of the store is weird. I don't feel like the layout is good. I don't know. Anyways, I'm getting off topic there. I don't mean to just complain about Costco, but let's get started on this. I finished at chapter 14, so I'm going to start there and then keep going. I hope I can finish this before I have to leave. I feel like an hour should be plenty of time to finish this book, but who knows, because I might have to start back over again or I might have to be like bumped back a few chapters because I might choose the wrong path. I don't know. But let's just keep trudging forward in this book and see if I can get this done. I'm really excited to start reading the divorce. So I really want to finish this so I can jump into reading the divorce. That is on my Kobo, so it is more convenient method for me to read. So I feel like I'll get the divorce done a lot faster. So we'll see. But we're jumping in here. I'm going to stop talking and start reading right now.
Okay, let's go.
Whew, it's hot in here. Roll down this window. Hold on one second. Okay. I just got done shopping at Costco, and I stand by what I said. I don't like my shopping experiences in Costco, but it's the only place that has some of the items that we like. So, I mean, what can you do? I just have to deal with it, I guess. A couple of times a month, I have to drive up here and deal with it. Anyways, the reason I'm jumping on here is there is a new Barnes & Noble. It opened, I think, about 3 months ago, right next to my Costco, and I'd forgotten about it until now, but I kind of want to go and stay for a little bit. I'm not gonna be able to stay very long because I did buy some ice cream treats. I do have one of those like freezer bags to keep things cold, and it's supposed to keep them frozen for a couple of hours, but you know, I don't trust those. So I do want to run in though and take a look at the Barnes real quick while I'm up here. I am really excited to see it. There she is. I'm so excited. I actually do have my Kobo. I really wish I hadn't got that ice cream because I would love to just sit in here and read because it looks so pretty, and I do need to start the divorce. So oh well, maybe next time. This is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, you guys, these are so cute.
I just started the divorce, and just the prologue, I am getting such deja vu that another Freida book started this way. And the prologue just has someone you don't know saying how they hear police sirens coming and they have to clean up the mess, or what's going to happen with what the police find. Obviously, there's like some murder or something. And it sounds like it might even be multiple people. And I want to say it was Do Not Disturb. I wish I owned all of them. I don't have all of them. And I am really trying to remember which one it is. Or am I just misremembering? I don't know. I'm either going to ask Amanda, or when I'm in the bookstore next, look at the beginning of some of the books. I want to say it was Do Not Disturb was like that. I just wanted to come on and say that. I hope, at first I was a little disappointed because I felt like, oh no, it's something that I feel like I've already read. But I have gone through, read 2 more chapters after that, and it is already feeling different. We'll see. I will give you more of an update after I read more.
Hey y'all. Yes, I'm in the car again. I have had a kind of frustrating day. So I was frustrated about something when I got up this morning, and then I needed to upload something to YouTube. This is a short that Jen and I did, so I uploaded that. And then I filmed this section, what I'm going to talk about, these updates. Like, I tried to film it like twice, and I just wasn't happy with it. I wasn't happy with the camera angle. I wasn't happy with the things I was saying. Like, it was really hard for me to adequately express my thoughts and feelings and give you guys updates for some reason. But then I went to Pilates, and then I ran by Panera. I just got a lime bubbly drink because I was really thirsty and I needed a little something. And then I had to get crickets for my frogs. You guys, these things are so gross. Ugh. Ooh, not excited about the crickets, but my brother got me frogs for Christmas, and he put them in this really pretty terrarium, and it was a really beautiful gift, but I have to feed them, and they eat crickets. So I had to stop and get crickets, and I have a few minutes, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna pop in, and what I say, that's just gonna be it. You guys are just getting my very real thoughts, and however it comes out, it's just gonna be how it is, because I don't feel like refilming this again. And it's just being filmed in the car because it's where I'm at right now, and I feel like doing it now. I tried to film a nice, aesthetically pleasing video at home, and it just wasn't working out. So I finished The Dinner Party, and I'm giving the book 3 stars. It's really hard to rate it because, 1, it's a very small book. 2, there are 20 different endings. So depending on which story paths you take, your rating could be different for each individual story. I do think for what it is, it was really good. I just was a little disappointed because my storyline that I took didn't actually ever get me to the dinner party. So it was just a little, I don't know, I was just really wanting to actually get to the dinner party. So I think what I'm gonna do at some point in time is go back, and there's a part in the book where you can go left or you can go right. I'm gonna choose the different path from what I chose and see if that path would get me to the party. So I'm going to read it again and get a different ending. So I do want to do that, but I'm not doing it in this vlog because I need to move this vlog along. I don't have time to sit and read all 20 different endings for the book. So I am gonna move along and start reading The Divorce. I am really excited about it. I think reading The Dinner Party kind of put me in a really good mindset and a really good mood for reading The Divorce. I haven't read a thriller in a minute, so it's a really good change of pace for me, and it's really, I'm feeling the vibes of a thriller right now, so that's working out really well for me because y'all know I'm a mood reader. I mean, I think most readers are probably mood readers. You just want to read what you want to read when you want to read it, and that's just how it is. That's how it works out. So I'm going to start The Divorce. I do have it with me, but I'm not starting it now in the car. But I will update you all when I get a chance. It might be tomorrow though, because like I said, words have been failing me today and I have not been able to, I feel like, adequately express myself. So we might just go tomorrow and when I update you, because I'll read as much as I can tonight and then just update you tomorrow, how much ever that is. It could be one chapter, it could be half of the book, it could be the whole book. Who knows? Who knows what the day is gonna bring?
It's before work, and Freida is always the type of book that I am reading before work. And I don't always, because there's a million things to do in the morning. But with Freida, I can never put her books down. And the same is going for the divorce. I just got to a couple parts. I thought one of two things was gonna happen with a character named Cora, and one of the two things happened, and I just want to say I love the character of Cora. I feel like Freida is making up for how she always gets accused of making dumb women and have women make stupid decisions, and I feel like Cora is making up for that right now. So I'm invested, but I have to get to work.
If it looks like I'm just bumming around my house today, it's because I am. I'm just relaxing today, and I have some thoughts. I am not very far at all in the divorce. I haven't even got to the divorce part, but I just want to update you guys. I have something I want to talk about. It's kind of driving me nuts a little bit. I am through chapter 4, starting chapter 5. Naomi is the FMC, and she might possibly be the most delusional FMC I have ever read. This girl is just delusion and denial. Like, she lives in this world that is just not even real. Like, I'm getting unreliable narrator vibes just because she's delusional, not because she has a drinking problem or anything like that. Like, there's just something not right in her head. Her level of delusion is unmatched. It's just unmatched. So I'm going to talk about some things that have happened in the first couple of chapters. So I don't think it's spoiler because it happens in the very beginning of the book. Like I said, we haven't even got to the part where there's a divorce yet. So this is not spoilers, but if you really don't want to know anything about what happens, then I would just skip ahead a few minutes. But in the beginning, Naomi is picking up her son from school and driving him home. Just a normal day. And she gets to her house and her key doesn't work, so she's locked out of her house, and her husband is home. And she's like, well, that's weird. Why would my husband be home? He works late, and why can't I get into my house? Two major red flags. So he finally lets her and her son in, and he tells her that he changed the locks because they're going to have some major renovations in the kitchen, and he didn't want the contractors to have the key to the house, which again, super weird, because who just plans a whole kitchen renovation without discussing their wife or their partner? I mean, like, if you're gonna, I mean, they have a lot of money. He has a really well-paying job, but if you're gonna do something like renovating a kitchen or a major part of your home, you would think before you hired contractors, you would at least tell your partner that's living there with you. But the strangest thing is, he already has all her bags packed, and he tells her that she has to go stay at his parents' condo. His parents are deceased, and she has to stay in their condo, which has been vacant for a while since they passed away, because they need to stay there during the renovations. And she has to go tonight because she's supposed to clean it and get it ready, and him and their son are going to stay at her house. And so she is not liking that at all. She doesn't like being separated from her son. And to be honest with you, her anxiety over being separated from her son is making me very anxious. And it's not an anxious, like a good kind of tension anxious. It makes me like worry. I get worried about and anxious. I don't know how else to describe it. Anyways, so that's where we're at. I feel like I'm invested in these books, and even though I don't really like Naomi, and I don't really like the anxiety that she is feeling for being separated from her son, but I've been thinking about this and why I get so like sucked into Freida's books, and I think it's her humor. She injects humor into her books and into these characters in a way that makes these characters feel real. Like, it feels like I'm really watching a reality TV show or something. So I think that's why I get so sucked into these books, and I really enjoy all of her books, even though if there's topics or things that make me anxious or certain things I don't really like, certain elements, I just really have to read these. I just really just want to finish these books and read them and get to the end and know what happens, because I feel like the characters feel like real. They feel like real people. So I'm going to keep reading. Hopefully I won't have to stop every 5 chapters and update y'all, but I just had such a strong feeling in the beginning of this book about Naomi that I just needed to share it. Naomi is still delusional, y'all. It's not gotten better. It's gotten worse. She even though her husband's, soon-to-be ex-husband's attorney has emailed her, reached out to her, said, you need to get an attorney so we can discuss this ending of your marriage. We can be amicable about it. She still refuses to believe that she's getting a divorce. Like, she still lives in denial. Also, there are some side characters that have been introduced. There are some moms that are in like a mom group that pick up their kids from the same school. Of course, Teddy is her son, and he goes to a private school. So there's a group of moms that she talks with during pickup, and they are picking on another mother who is divorced. They're picking on her for being divorced, and her name's Cora. And it just seems like, I don't know, I'm suspicious of Cora a little bit. And obviously the other moms, they're mean. They're mean moms. They're talking about Cora like, did she get a boob job because like she looks nice and so they have to put her down? That kind of just petty woman stuff. But I'm also just kind of suspicious that Cora may be the other woman. That's the other thing. Naomi like refused to believe there could be another woman. Like, her husband just up and left her for no reason, and she refuses to believe that, and she refuses to believe there could be another woman because he said there wasn't another woman, just because he said no, there's no one else. But I mean, honestly, you guys, he would say that if she was crazy, which I'm starting to think she absolutely is, because something's off in her head. Something's off. And maybe that's the way we're supposed to. Maybe I'm being misled and that's the way it's supposed to be going. But I don't know who to trust in this book right now.
I've read a lot further, but I feel like you're still just getting a lot of the details of what's going on in her life, Naomi's life, as she's trying to adjust to this potential divorce. And she's making some decisions as to kind of quote unquote fight back and getting angrier at her current husband, and still husband, I should say. I don't know what to think about like what kind of plot twists is gonna happen, because right now I still feel like I'm just absorbing the details that you're getting. Something that I mentioned in the last video, I still feel a little irritated when Freida does this with her main characters, and she knows this is a complaint that a lot of her readers have, and it's about her women characters coming off as gullible or not the smartest. And I still feel like this is happening with Naomi, so hopefully that doesn't continue. I hope that you end up seeing something in terms of like a twist where, I don't know, that's not really the case, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I am gonna read some more. Tomorrow I am finally getting my hair cut. I am so tired of it being this long. I always love growing it out, and then I get really sick of it and want to chop it all off, especially going into much warmer summer weather. That's tomorrow's plan. I have a feeling between tonight and tomorrow I'm probably gonna finish it. I will be back with more thoughts, potentially final thoughts, but we'll see.
Y'all, Naomi, I'm convinced this chick is crazy. I don't even know. This novel is a little bit unhinged. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like there is zero people in this book that you can trust and is you can take for their word. Every single character in this book is suspect. The exception maybe being Naomi's mom, because Naomi's mom did recognize the situation for what it was and did try to give Naomi advice. Did Naomi take that advice? No. She wanted to live in denial and delusion. And even when faced with facts, like, hold on, what is that word? Cognitive dissonance. Isn't that a word where like someone can believe in something so strongly, even though it's not real or even though it's not the truth. They can believe in it so strongly that even when they're faced with the truth and the real facts, that they still can't wrap their mind around it. Like, I feel like that's Naomi. I feel like she just cannot face the facts. However, extremely entertaining. This is like watching a train wreck. I can't stop. I have to keep going. I can't stop. I'm diving right into part 2.
I have come to the inevitable part of a Freida book where the part 2 and beyond and things just completely flip on its head, and you end up seeing either some kind of twist or information that makes you see things in a whole different light. I have no idea where this is gonna go, but was not expecting how that changed, how that went to a place I was not expecting. And as you see, I did get my hair cut. I meant to record when I was going to get my hair cut, but I was running late, and my boyfriend wanted to go to the new Buc-ee's that has just opened up in Ohio. And I did record some and found some bookish things. I am going to go ahead and just play you guys that now. And I don't know if I'll record again depending on how crazy this book goes. And it's already gotten a little crazy, but I will either record if there's anything interesting or see you at Final Thoughts. But stay tuned for some Buc-ee's footage.
Plot twist, y'all. I don't know what to think. There's so many things I want to talk about, and I can't because, spoilers, but y'all, there's this, I'm gonna stand by what I said with, I trust no one in this book. I can't trust nobody. I don't know what's going on. I've had so many theories that I've come up with that have not worked out, some partially worked out. I don't know. Oh my gosh. In case I didn't tell y'all, I'm on part 3 now, and it's just crazy. This is unhinged. This is a little bit unhinged, and it's just like, I can't stop reading. I can't stop watching this train wreck. Also, if you've not noticed, the updates are getting farther and further spaced out, not because there's not things I don't want to talk about, because there are so many things I want to talk about, but I just don't want to spoil anything. I can't, especially since the book's not out yet. So I'm not going to be able to update you guys. I'm just going to tell you how I'm feeling, and right now I'm feeling so confused, so shocked, but so entertained. I'm going to finish this book today. I can't put this book down. So whatever else, what other responsibilities I needed to do around my house, they're not getting done. I gotta finish this.
I'm here for final thoughts. I have finished The Divorce, and I don't know what I think about this one. I feel that I liked Dear Debbie and The Intruder, her last two before the dinner party, obviously, better than this one. I had a lot of hope because as the story was laying out for us, I knew there were gonna be twists, but once the twist came, I don't know, I just wasn't a fan of the twist in this one. And it was shocking in terms of, if you've never read a Freida book and you read this one, I think this would definitely be a shocking one. Those that have read Freida for a while are used to how she kind of does these out of nowhere twists that you don't see coming, because basically you don't have all the information. And she definitely pulls another one of those. But, and obviously at the end, there's even more that comes out, typical Freida. I don't feel like that is a spoiler. I feel like she's known for that. And I don't even try and guess half the time with Freida anymore. Sometimes I start thinking like, oh, maybe this. But even this one, I was just kind of enjoying knowing something was coming. But I don't know, I feel like it didn't hit me as much or as good as the last two before the dinner party. Again, I would say it's like a 3.5, and I rounded up to 4 stars. This is probably, for me, on the lower end of Freida books. I wouldn't say it's at the very bottom. There were a couple that I feel were definitely not hitting for me. There were a couple of hers that I feel weren't as good. And the irony of that is, I had said earlier in this vlog that the beginning of this one was really reminding me of another Freida, and I was pretty sure it was Do Not Disturb. And I did end up looking up, and I didn't film when I was there. I looked it up when I was in a bookstore because I saw Do Not Disturb, and I read the prologue, and it is similar to the prologue of this one. And the irony of that is Do Not Disturb is typically at the bottom of her books for me. There's something about that one too that I just wasn't hitting it for me. And it's hard to say why, because I don't know how different it really was. I think partially for this one, I don't know if it was for Do Not Disturb because I read that one a while ago, but partially for this one, it does tend to irritate me when her female main characters come off very unintelligent, and they seem to just, I don't know, it's just how they were written. Now, I can't say much more about that because it does kind of change throughout the book, but it's still, even when it's in the beginning or even at any part, it just, I don't know, there's something about that that's just aggravating. And she has mentioned that she gets that feedback a lot. And that was one of the reasons, to go back to, this is one of the reasons why when the dinner party, she said that a lot of people tend to give her grief that her female protagonists make really stupid decisions, aren't very bright, and to write characters that would know what to do or make better decisions. And that's why it inspired her to do the dinner party where we get to choose the decisions. And the very funny part of that is, the very first time I chose, I ended up dead, like the earliest I think that you could end up dead in a book. I think out of the two, I did enjoy this one more because it was different and it had a lot of humor in it that I enjoyed. I love Freida's humor. Of the two, I probably did enjoy this one more. And the divorce, I feel like there's gonna probably be a lot of fans that either really loved it, they tend to be divided when it comes to her books, but for me, it just was not as good as some of her others. I definitely still have at the top The Ex, The Housemaid, The Intruder, and Dear Debbie are my top Freida books, and The Divorce, not so much.
For this wrap up, I wore my TBR Scares Me sweatshirt. Yes, it is a Halloween sweatshirt, but one, it's super comfortable and I just felt like wearing it. My TBR does scare me because I have like so many books on my TBR, but also, you know what else scared me? Naomi. I don't know, I'm not sure why she scared me. I think I just was not prepared. I just wasn't expecting her, and I just still said this, like, you guys are probably so tired of hearing this, but I could not get over like her psychology, like the ways that she would think of things, and the way that she was just living in this delusional world. Like she was detached from reality, it seemed like she didn't want to believe anything that was happening was really happening. And it just felt like, I don't know, I've read characters that have some, some aspects of denial going on, especially with, women in psychological thrillers that have husbands leaving them. That's not new. Like, that's in a lot of books. And there are crazy women portrayed in those books, but for whatever reason, and you might read this book and think, Naomi wasn't even all that bad, Amanda. What are you going on about? But for me, at this time reading this book, like, I just was sort of taken aback about Naomi and her way of thinking on things, and the way that she just rationalized stuff. Just very interesting. I don't know. I would kind of like to see another book about her, like, or a character like her. Also, another thing that I loved about the divorce, which is becoming Freida's style. I mean, I feel like Freida does this in almost all of her thriller books, but there is twist up until the very, very end. The epilogue has some kind of twist or some kind of thing to leave you thinking and leave you wondering. And she did that again in this book. And I love that. I feel like if I didn't know the author of a book and Freida wrote it, but I didn't know it was Freida and I read it, if I didn't pick up on the writing style to identify Freida as the writer, I feel like once I got to the epilogue, I would know, because she just has this signature way of ending a book. I don't know how to describe it. If you've read her books, you probably know what I'm talking about, but I just love the endings. I love the twist all the way up into the endings. It's entertaining all the way to the endings. I really don't like it when a book dies off and then you still have to read another 20, 30. I've even had books that have, like, I've had to read like extra 100 pages after the climax of the story. So I just feel like I just love that about Freida, because she doesn't keep things drawn out. She gives you twist after twist after twist. Even after the main twist and the story's wrapping up, there's all these this little twist at the end to keep you going. And I just really like that about her books. As far as stacking the divorce against other books that I've read of hers, it's not like my favorite. It probably wouldn't even be top 5. Just recently I read Dear Debbie, and I liked that book more than this one. Off the top of my head, The Ex is like one of Jen and I love The Ex. That's one of our favorites, and the twist in that was unique, and I just felt like that was a really good one. And as of now, I think that's still my favorite Freida book, but Dear Debbie was really good. Of course, the Housemaid series is really good, but I mean, most everyone that knows of Freida has read the Housemaid series. Anyways, I felt like this book was really good. It was entertaining. It just wasn't like the best Freida book for me. But I'm so glad that I read it and I got this early copy, and I can't wait to read her next book. There's another book coming out called The Witch. Also, don't want to forget that I read The Dinner Party in this book. And like I said before, my ending I ended on page 76. If you want to know which path I took, I ended on page 76. I did go back to the choice right before my final one and chose the other one and got a separate ending. But I do want to try to read alternate endings and maybe not get them all, but I do like want to every now and then go back into here and try to read what another ending is, just because it was really fun. And if you all know anything about me, I'm very curious. I need to know things, and I just feel like I'm curious about the other endings. I really want to get to an ending where you actually get to the dinner party, because my ending, I never actually got to the dinner party. So I do want to try to find an ending, if there is one. I don't even know if there is one, but if there is one, I want to try to find an ending where you get to the dinner party and see what that was all about. And let me know, if you read this book, what ending did you get? Like, what page did you end on? I'd like to know. Can you put that in the comments? And let me know what you thought about this book. Was it fun? Was it not fun? So I guess that's all for me for now. But regardless of getting to ARC or not, we're definitely doing more Freida vlogs. So if you enjoyed this vlog, then click that subscribe button and click on your notifications bell so you'll be notified when the next Freida vlog comes out.
Those are our views on the Freida books for this round. I still think you should go ahead and buy Freida, because even when Freida books, when I say that there are ones towards the bottom, I still enjoy reading it. I still can't put it down. It doesn't take me that long. they are just like candy for the brain is how I feel like her books are. They're just so enjoyable to read and to see the plot twist that she comes up with. I would always choose to read her books no matter what. And she does have another one coming out in the fall. And I'm really hoping that we get electronic ARCs or physical ARCs for that too. It's called The Witch and comes out in October. Perfect for fall, perfect for spooky season. And I would think we're gonna end up getting ARCs, so you should keep an eye out for when we get those, because I'm sure we will announce it and be very excited when it happens. I hope you enjoyed watching our vlog. I do have the shirt on that I found at Buc-ee's that is new in Ohio. And thanks for watching, guys, and until next time.